Good morning. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today for next to the WeCare Center for this very exciting announcement. My name is Mark Archambault. I'm the Vice President for Development and Alumni here at UVU and Vice Chair of the UVU Foundation. I'd like to begin by recognizing some of our special guests today who are with us. Our donor, who will be introduced shortly, is here along with her daughter Wendy, who traveled from Frisco, Texas for this special event. And we also have with us several of our very generous donors, dearest friends today, Diana King, Elder Richard E. and Sister Wells, Cynthia Gamble, who's a member of the UVU Foundation Board, and Shani Emerson. Our donor and her friends and dignitaries today are also joined by members of the President's National Advisory Board, the UVU Foundation, and vice presidents of UVU, as well as members of our campus community and friends. And I certainly couldn't forget our little ones here from the WeCare Center, our extra special guests. I know you're all on pins and needles to hear more about this very special announcement this morning, so without further delay, UVU President Matthew Holland.
Well, I have to say, this is such an exciting moment for me personally, and I was made to feel right at home as I walked in and saw all of these dignitaries and friends of the university. But the thing that moved me most was one of these little munchkins speaking up saying, "Hey, there's Danny Holland's dad." So I'm in the right place today. Thank you, young man. I do want to extend a special warm welcome to everyone who is here today, our donor who will be honoring and announcing shortly, and her family, trustees, leaders of the university, friends and associates, Elder and Sister Wells, a deep honor to have you here with us today. Thank you. Thank you for coming. We are here to share some very exciting news about the WeCare Center here at Utah Valley University, and I'm so delighted that so many of you could join with us in this announcement today. I think, as most of you know, I hope most of you know, maybe all of you know, from the moment I stepped onto this campus, my wife and I, Paige joined me very much in this, we were concerned about opportunities for women in higher education. One of the sad facts about higher education in this state is that not enough women attend and complete a college experience here in this state. Throughout the rest of the country, it's actually kind of an opposite problem. We don't have enough young men going to college these days, but in our community, we don't have enough young women. And so from the beginning, Paige and I have thought and talked about what we could do to try to help make a difference for this. And we've had wonderful thought partners with this. Dr. Susan Madsen is here. She's played not just a leading role in our community, but across the state in highlighting both the problem and also some of the sources of the problem, and therefore what some of the solutions should be. And right at the top of the list is access to affordable daycare. So many of our students, especially our female students who have children, simply can't finish their degrees because they've got to attend to those high and, I believe, sacred duties of being a parent and a mother. And they've had to choose. It was one or the other. And what the WeCare Center has been doing for some time now, under the great leadership that we've had here with Carol and Mary Ellen and others, that has provided access to affordable daycare for lower income students who otherwise would just not be able to go to school. The market is not providing solutions for these students, and so they have stepped forward and through a lot of hard work and creativity, making the best use of this great little facility here, have provided an opportunity of access for a number of students over the years. But we have to do better for the women and the parents of this community. And that's been our vision, is that we could expand this WeCare so that these students are taken care of in a safe and uplifting educational environment, and so that their parents can go forward with peace of mind to stay on this campus and finish their degrees so that they can then go on and do what they need to do, go into the private sector and earn a good living where they can afford to take advantage of other sources of daycare, whatever else they may want to do, or to stay at home and be a mother but be better educated in the process. It's a project that will transform the lives not just of these students, but the mothers and the generations that come after them. And it's one thing for you to hear me speak about this, but I would like to invite two women that I admire very much to the podium now, Jessica Steele and Kelly Jeffries. If Jessica and Kelly, if you would come forward. These are two of our wonderful students who have been able to take advantage of the We Care operation. And when I had to go pitch this proposal to state agencies, and there was some question about whether we'd be allowed to do it, I knew what my secret weapon was, these women. And when they spoke, it changed the dynamic in the room. And I'd like you to hear just a few minutes from each of them about what this We Care Center has meant, therefore what it will mean to hundreds and even thousands more like it over the years. So, Jessica.
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Steele, and I have a wonderful husband and two amazing children. My son Corbin is 9, and my daughter Caitlin on the front row here is 5. And I'm also proud to officially say that I am a UVU alumni, having recently graduated with my Bachelor of Science degree in Community Health Education. Trying to keep my heels from not sinking into the grass. But I'm grateful to be here today because, and I'm shaking, to share my story because my recent graduation would not have been possible if it wasn't for the We Care Center. When my son was just 18 months old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, leaving him insulin dependent. And then at the age of 6, he was also diagnosed with an unrelated hip disease called late calf Perthes, which has left him to undergo some pretty invasive surgeries. Over the years, due to my son's medical needs, we found it very challenging to find daycare that was willing to take on those responsibilities in providing the care that he required. This left me with needing to quit my job in order to provide those needs by being a stay-at-home mom. I knew that the only way to better provide for my family was to go back to school and pursue a degree. At first, I wasn't even sure how this was going to be possible until I learned about the We Care Center. The center offered affordable daycare that only was for the times that I just needed to take classes, which allowed me to not only go to school, but to still be a mom at the same time. Not only that, the We Care Center welcomed my son's medical needs with open arms and provided a fun place where my kids love to be. As many of you all know, this is a very family-oriented state. A majority of my fellow classmates are parents, most of them single parents. They're just looking to go back to school in order to get better job opportunities to afford a better life for their families like me. Realistically, many families are unable to afford actual daycare unless they have a decent paying job, if not more than one job. The We Care Center is that place to provide that stepping stone to a better life for low-income families as they make their way through school. As I'm actively looking for employment, I just want to say that I can already see that my degree is going to give me that competitive edge I need in today's job market. So for me, going back to school was the best decision I have ever made. This is why I'm here as a parent advocate for the We Care's expansion. And I appreciate the opportunity for you to hear my story and how the We Care Center truly has changed my life. And the need for expansion is there, and I'm so grateful for your support. Thank you.
I'm a little bit shorter. My name is Kelly Jeffrey, and I'm a single mom to like the cutest boy in the whole world. A little biased, but his name is Philip. And a couple years ago, we were found ourselves in a difficult position, and I never imagined to be a single mom. And as I became a single mom, I had realized, like President Holland had mentioned, some of these big statistics for single parents in completing school. And those were really hard for me to swallow. I don't like to be a statistic, and I don't want my son to be a statistic. And so I worked very, very hard to find a way to come back to school. And the We Care Center was the biggest pull for me in going back to school. Mary Ellen welcomed me with open arms and toured the facility and taught me more about parenting than anything. The We Care Center has been such a blessing in our lives. My son, I knew, was safe. He was being taught and educated. It wasn't just someone babysitting my child. I wasn't paying for someone to sit and make sure my child wasn't getting into a mess. They educated him, and they educated me as well. And that's one thing that I'm extremely, extremely grateful for. Mary Ellen taught me that if my son didn't come home with sand in his shoes and paint on his hands, they had not done their job that day. And extremely grateful for that. And because of my education, being a recent graduate, because of that, I've been able to get a good job, and I've been able to provide a better life for my son and I. We are no longer a statistic in the sense that I've been able to complete my education, and he has got a better chance at life because of that. And so we are extremely grateful for the We Care Center. I'm overwhelmed by the amount of people that have shown up today because it's a passion of mine, and I hope that you'll feel that passion as well, and hope that you will donate to the cause, because the expansion will bless a lot of people, and we're grateful for this organization, and thank you for your time.
Well, my commitment today is the same as it's been since I stepped foot on this campus, that we would do more and do it aggressively to help these women have a point of access to higher education and help them where they need it the most with those children that they adore as they should. And so our plans today are to take what is this operation of this older, smaller home that again has been magnificently fashioned into a wonderful, caring place of help for these students and their parents, but to expand it and to build something that looks more like that, that will significantly expand the numbers of students that we will be able to accommodate, that we will very instantly be able to double our capacity and even move beyond that over the years, so that we're talking about helping hundreds of students in that year, which will obviously reverberate on down through the generations. And so with that, I have to say that today we come to a reality. We are going to be able to do this project now because of the generosity of many people, and I do want to thank there are many people here, friends and folks who have donated. Our friends from Wells Bank and Wells Fargo Bank and others have come forward with substantial donations. But there's a particular donation today that we need to call attention to. It is with deepest gratitude and with great honor and with my privilege it is to announce today that Barbara Barrington Jones has given a personal gift of $1 million to the We Care Expansion Project. I'm going to invite her up in just a moment here, but before I do so, I just want to say how exciting it is that we are able to do this. And we'll be naming this center in her honor and look forward to concluding exactly how we want to do that and the timing of that, but will be named in her honor. And before we let some other people come forward to thank her, you need to know a little bit about this extraordinary woman. And you'll have to forgive me, I need notes here because it's a long list of stuff that this woman has done. She really is an extraordinary woman in every conceivable way. She's a world-renowned author and professional motivational speaker and image consultant. She aims to make a difference in the lives of women and has all across this country and frankly all across the world. She's the CEO of the nonprofit Barbara Barrington Jones Family Foundation, dedicated to helping women of all ages throughout the world realize their full potential and lead more fulfilling and productive lives. She sponsors, as part of this project, a teenage camp, women's retreat, and student mentoring programs on the BYU Hawaii campus. She's funded many, many scholarships for organizations all over the world, including the Organization of Young Mothers and Students in Free Enterprise. She has extensive speaking engagements in America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Mexico, Central America, South America, Korea, and England. She speaks to women and teens and sponsors seminars in South America on La verdadera belleza. Did I say that right? I sort of butchered it, I'm sure. The true beauty, that's it in English, and that speaks to Barbara, who she is, her own graciousness and wonderful outlook on life. She helps support preschools in Africa and provides assistance for Chinese and Cambodian orphanages. She's a fashion designer, former professional classical ballerina, actress and model, and taken 21 pageant winners to their national titles. Major stockholder and executive board director of O.C. Jones Construction Company, director of the International Institute of Professional Protocol, and for all of these reasons, you can see why she was noted as one of Utah's women making a difference, I'll say so, across the board. She's written 6 books for women, parents, and teens, mother of 2 children and grandchildren, her proudest accomplishment. And let me just say, on a more personal note, all of these things, as wonderful as they are, really truly as magnificent as they are, just reflect something that's deeper and even more profound about who Barbara Barrington Jones is. She brings out the best in people. She takes people who don't have hope and gives them hope. She takes people who haven't been listened to and listens to them and leads them to a higher and better life. She gives hope where there isn't hope. She gives love where there isn't love. She's now my friend and my hero, Barbara Barrington Jones. Would you please come forward? They're just presented to you, so.
I'm supposed to be a professional speaker, but I think I just lost it all today. I awakened this morning. Paige and I didn't sleep very much. And I only had one thing that came through my mind. How great thou art. I thank my God for allowing me to be here this day and to see the evolution that has happened in what we're doing. And I give my husband 100% credit. And that is to tell you a short version. Jane told me I had only 2 minutes. I can hardly tell my name in 2 minutes. But it's okay, Jane. No. To make a long story short, yes, I did have a career as a ballerina, but I married young and lived through 12 years of a physically abusive marriage. And my husband killed himself and left me with 2 little children. I know what it's like to be a single mom, and I know the pain, and I know the fear of what am I going to do next. And I decided at that point in my life that I would dedicate my life to helping women that have been through the same things I have been. And so I was a single mom for a while. I ran 2 Barbizon schools, and then I married my wonderful, wonderful husband, Harold R. Jones, and Elder Wells and Sister Wells are here today, and Elder Wells is my husband's very best friend. And I'm so grateful that they could be here too in his memory. And so we built a house, and we had a bunch of problems. I won't bore you with the dynamics of building a house if everything goes wrong. But what we did is, on the front door, Wendy, come here. You can tell the words I don't even remember at this point. We put, this is my daughter, Wendy, and tell them what the plaque said on our front door.
Started out.
This house.
Oh, this house was built and dedicated to our Heavenly Father. We ask all those who enter it to please pray with us that He will use it for His benefit.
And so we lived in that house for 27 years, and then we had to sell it. And I thought, oh, you know, I'm selling all the love that we built. Every single thing in that house was just done with love. And then I was invited by my dear friend Cynthia Gamble to come to Paige's luncheon about the We Care Center, and I had just had this revelation from Jesus, and all it was help the children. And I went to the luncheon and saw the We Care Center, and the inspiration just washed over me, and I said, this is where all the proceeds of my home will go, and all my furnishings, and everything that we loved. And so I am so grateful for this round thing that we call life. And I know for you single moms that we just have to have patience and know that He's leading us. How great Thou art. And to know that every single thing that we do in our life has a plan. And this is when I got up this morning and Wendy flew in, I said, this is the greatest thing. We're not doing this under our foundation. We're doing it as a personal gesture of love, and this is just the start. I know it is, and I thank you all. And for these beautiful children, they were the icing on the cake today. Definitely. I know. And you women, thank you. And all of you that support this wonderful endeavor. I'm sure I won't be able to do enough. This will just be the beginning. I'm thinking of a water fountain.
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster. Playhouses.
2 stories.
2 stories high. Tree houses. I don't know where we'll get the
Sledding
tree.
hills.
But sledding hills. Anyway, my love to you all, and God bless you. And thank you for allowing me the privilege of being here and meeting this incredible family that Paige and Elder Holland, no, I can't elevate you there yet. And President Holland, for the gracious, gracious way that they have treated me, and I will never forget them. And I've known Paige because I saw her in all my classes at Education Week for about 20 years. So just so very, very grateful. And I can't say these things.
Thank you.
There's now a long line of thank yous, and if we accommodated all of them, we'd be here for about 2.5 years. So we're going to give a collapsed version of that, but I've invited Corey Duckworth, Vice President of Student Affairs, which is the base of operations for the We Care Center, is housed in Student Affairs, for him to come forward. He's got a few remarks and folks he would like to bring forward to round out our morning. So Vice President Duckworth.
Thank you so much. What a pleasant day this is. Before I get into the list of thank yous, we have a special presentation that we'd like to have Bonnie Harris. I just have a thing with names. I block on those, but and she's even from my hometown. How could I forget that? So Bonnie Harris is going to present a musical selection for us.
Before I begin, I'd just like to tell you a little history of this song. First of all, I think it's well understood by all that when we have babies, we can comfort them by singing them lullabies. And it soothes and comforts them, and it just makes everything okay. But I think as we grow up, we never outgrow that need for a lullaby. I wrote this song during a time in my life that was very, very, very difficult. I hope I don't cry, because I always do when I talk about it. But it was a very difficult time. I just kept thinking, I just want my mom to hold me and sing me a lullaby and tell me everything's going to be okay. Well, I think this is a wonderful thing, to have the care center for all those young parents, especially those young women that need help at this time and need a lullaby. So the title of this song is A Lullaby to Keep. As a baby, soft and sweet, we're held in loving arms. There we feel so safe and warm, free from any harm. A baby needs a lullaby to comfort and cheer. A perfect little lullaby to quiet every fear. A melody that's softly sung will make all things seem bright. A lovely little lullaby to help us through the night. A lullaby for everyone, a lullaby to keep. I'll hold you close and sing this song, and you can go to sleep. Years pass by, and as we grow, we sometimes need that song to once again feel safe and warm, free from any harm. We all need a lullaby to comfort and cheer. Our perfect little lullaby to wipe away each tear. A melody that's softly sung will make all things seem right. A lovely little lullaby to help us through the night. A lullaby for everyone, a lullaby to keep. I'll hold you close and sing this song so you can go to sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie. What a beautiful sentiment for a beautiful day and a beautiful moment in time. Very, very nicely done. Again, I am Corey Duckworth. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs here at UVU, and I am here on behalf of the Student Affairs Division and the We Care Center. And really, I'll take the liberty of being here on behalf of all of the students of UVU, all 33,000 of them and more, to say thank you. We're deeply grateful, touched by Barbara's tremendous support today. In fact, our We Care Center has a special presentation they want to make to you, but we're going to hold off on that for just a few more minutes. And there's another recognition that we'd like to extend to another amazing individual in her own right that's here with us today. Several months ago, as it has been mentioned here, UVU First Lady Paige Holland, I got that whole name right. Paige Holland convened a luncheon of leadership women in the Valley to discuss the topic of women and education. Paige's tremendous leadership and thoughtful and knowledgeable presentation, along with those of other UVU presenters, have resulted in a tremendous outpouring of support and enthusiasm by women who attended the luncheon. Many of these women are now actively participating in a variety of volunteer and philanthropic efforts here in support of the things that were talked about at that luncheon. So today we would like to thank Paige for joining with her husband in this vital outreach effort to advocate for young mothers and children. So Paige, would you please come forward?
Oh, thank you so much. I wasn't expecting this. And I hope I can get through this. I just have been so emotional today. My heart is full. This is something that is so near and dear to my heart. As Matt mentioned, when we first came to the university and found that this, heard about this statistic and realized that our young women were not getting the education that they needed, we just thought we've got to go to work on it. And we thought expanding the We Care Center would be one of the most effective ways we could do that. And so we tried to rally the community and inform the community. And it's just been so touching to see how many people, wonderful people, have responded and helped in so many ways. And my heart is so full. I couldn't be more thrilled or more grateful to so many people who've donated, and especially to my dear friend and hero, Barbara Barrington Jones, for her generosity, which makes this We Care expansion possible. And I know that it will bless the lives of thousands of young women and children over the years. And so I just want to thank Barbara and all of you who've made this possible. Thank you so much.
We would like to thank the other co-hosts for the luncheon who were also donors to the We Care Expansion Project, Karen Ashton, Debbie Bingham, and Donna Root, and their table hosts, many of whom are here with us today. We are so fortunate to have these kinds of leaders in our community, these women leaders who are stepping forward to help make this difference for our students. Furthermore, a few other names to mention. We would especially extend our gratitude to Wells Fargo and Terry Grant, Senior VP of Commercial Banking at Wells Fargo, who's with us today. We want to thank our UVU Foundation Board. Individually, our board members make an annual gift to collectively support one of the President's initiatives. This year, the UVU Foundation Board and its individuals will support the We Care Center with gifts of $100,000. We also appreciate Jackson Howard, who has been a longtime supporter of the We Care, who had the initial vision about what this center was and has been highly supportive over the years. And a special thanks to Vice President Mark Archambault and his wife Amy, who have donated generously as well to this cause, and to Shelley Cardall. All told, we have approximately 45 donors who have contributed more than $1.6 million towards our $2.2 million goal. So we still have a ways to go, but we're so grateful for everyone's enthusiastic support to help us build a new We Care Center. And on behalf of I want to make one additional mention here. I want to express on behalf of the administration the deep gratitude we have to these ladies who sit here, who day in and day out spend time with these young people. And as the vice president, I've had occasion to go into the center and to watch and to observe. And some of the people aren't here, the students that help watch these kids. Some of them are sitting over here right now. But it's really an incredible thing to watch the love and care and tenderness that all of the staff members put into this operation. And to have the opportunity to expand that is just an extraordinary thing for all of us. But no one is more excited and grateful than the literally thousands of children who will walk through the doors of this new We Care Center, Barbara. And they'll come there to learn, to grow, and to play, and even to nap. And it's just, there's something that's very pleasant and comforting in knowing that there'll be a great place for them to do that. So at this point, we would like to have our We Care children come up here and let you know how much that means to them. So we'll invite them forward at this point.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy.
Well, thank you all for coming today, and especially thank you, Barbara. It's just exciting to see this tremendous outpouring of support for this expanded center and all the lives of the children and the students that it's going to touch. We couldn't be more thrilled to have Barbara on board and supporting this endeavor and leading out on this for us. We're going to look forward to telling you in the future about the groundbreaking for this building, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you all for coming.